Alright, welcome everybody. It's Friday night after a hellish week for me at work. I'm really happy it's Friday. really knackered after all these days from Monday to Friday. Well, it's been a roller coaster. We're having some really tough time at work. So anyways, this is done. Now it's time for some fun and entertainment and great adventures. Great to be here again at the table. I couldn't really wait, you know. I really missed my adventures with Descent, especially after the fact that we decided quite an interesting campaign, quite an interesting scenario right now, which is Castle Daerion. As you know, we're playing with Valkyrie, and we in a previous episode, which was rather short. Sorry for that. I'll try to make this one slightly longer. We set it all up. We encountered some of the plague worms at the very beginning of the adventure. We have the villager right there who can activate each turn after each hero has moved, and he can either move one or open the doors. These are the only actions that he can perform. We have a light beacon here that we can either activate by being adjacent and spending one action, or testing the book or the eye without an action. Then of course we have a search token here. So our goal here is to light the beacon and get inside whatever is behind these doors, and we can use either one of our heroes or the villager to open the doors for us. Alright, the plague worms, let's have a look again at their enemy card. Movement points 2, health points 5, defense is grey and brown. 7 health points for the master, and a nasty pestilence effect for the master. Both the minion and the master can use the borrow effect, which I'll tell you all about shortly, as soon as we come across an activation that requires the use of borrow ability for either the monster, for the master or the minion. Alright, so let's begin. As before, I'd like to, well, before we begin though, I'd like to fulfill the pattern we always try to do, especially on a Friday afternoon, evening, is to introduce our companion. Right, this time it's not a Scotch whiskey, it's an Irish whiskey. It's a Glendalough, 7 years old, matured in American bourbon casks and finished in the porter casks. This one is 7 years old, Glendalough, typical Irish whiskey, really, full of honey, citrusy, biscuity notes. Is it a great whiskey? Can I recommend it? Well, if you can come across it, as I have, on the end of the week sales. I found this bottle lying somewhere at the far end of the spirits shelves in, I think it was a Lidl or something, and it was the very last bottle. Maybe that's why it was reduced to less than 25 euros, which is a good price for a decent Irish whiskey, which Glendalough is. Otherwise, I think its normal price was 38 for 39 euros. If you find it at that price, I don't think it's really worth it for that price. In my opinion, you can find something better. But for less than £25, great stuff. And as you can see, it's going down considerably fast. Decent whiskey, decent dram. This is what we'll be enjoying tonight. We're playing Descent. So let's begin, shall we? We have several options here, really. What I'm trying to think of doing is to head for one of the plague worms and try to kill at least one of them as soon as possible, because as soon as I activate, as I finish my activation, they will activate all of them. both the minions and the master. So my goal, my goal here is either kill one of them or at least severely wound one of them. So the next turn I can hopefully kill at least one, who knows, maybe even two. All right, so I'm thinking of activating Brother Garen first, and you know, spending his stamina points to move a little bit closer. Well, I could risk it. Yeah, I could risk it. No, what I'm going to do, let's do it. 1 stamina point to move 1 closer. Still no action. So I attack with my Reaper's Cane. Whoops, sorry for that. Mr. Plague Worm. Okay. Ah! That's not a very good start. All right, so that was my first action. For the second action, what I'm going to do is spawn my Raise Dead, you know. And zombie, where are you? Over here. Okay. And this is my second action. So Brother Garen's actions have been used. Now we shall activate our zombie friend. So I need to get closer. So I will do it like that. 1, 2, 3. Go into the water and attack this minion Plague Worm. Our zombie friend attacks with red die. Ooh, wow, look at that. This is one of the most powerful hits I've seen. Alright, so this 3 damage is defended, but this 2 plus the surge, and the surge for the zombie is plus 1 damage. So 3 damage goes through, leaving 2 for the Plague Worm. Okay, so I will activate Brother Garen. I have. Not activate. I will let the app know that he's already activated. So yeah, now it's the minions. All right, use Barrow. First use Barrow for an action, then engage the closest hero, and then for an action attack the closest hero. So the Barrow ability says that remove this figure from the map and place it in an empty space or occupied spaces up to 3 spaces away. Alright, so each figure occupying any target space is moved to the closest empty space of your choice and suffers 1 stamina point. Limit once per monster per turn. And also special abilities for this activation. For the minion Plague Worms, it says whenever a hero adjacent to this monster loses 1 stamina point, test strength. If the hero fails, the hero becomes poisoned. Oh my god. Okay. Hoo-hoo. Alright. So minions 1 through 3. Okay. Or 1, 2, 3 zombie. Well, it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3. So I will move closer. I cannot move the villager because he's not occupying the target space of my Barrow ability. Right, so the villager does not move and does not lose any stamina points. He cannot lose any stamina points, so we'll just attack him. Our villager, if I remember correctly, uses grey defense, grey dice for defense. Ooh, nice. 3 against 3. What's the order? What's the order for the Plague Worms? First you use Weaken, then you use extra damage. They cannot gain any conditions, if I recall. They are immune to all conditions, so basically Plague Worm uses this surge to boost the damage. So attacks for 4, so it's -1. Okay, so that's the first minion. Now the second can go 1, 2, 3 into the water, and same as with the villager, cannot push Brother Garen any further and cause him to lose 1 stamina point, but he can attack. So he does. So what I'm going to do for Brother Garen, use Grissom's Stone Skin for one stamina point, of course. Okay, that's what happened. So now our friend Garen has 2 gray dice for defense. And let's have a look. This is what we rolled. Sorry, rolled off camera. The attack is quite strong. It attacks this minion master. Then this minion worm attacks for 5 and a surge. And the order of usage for surges is to use it for weaken first and then for damage. So our Brother Garen is weakened and takes 2 damage. Oof. Okay, let me find weaken, diseased, stunned, poisoned, weakened. Okay, where are you? Weakened. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can remove 1 shield from each of your defense rolls and 1 heart from each of your attack rolls. When you perform a rest action, discard or token. Wow. Okay, it's been a while since I've had the weakened condition active in any of my games. So yeah, we took 2 damage and became weakened. So now it's the master. Let's have a look. Yeah, master. For the master is exactly the same. First action, use borrow. Second action, engage the closest hero. And another choice for the action is to attack. So this time 1, 2, 3 uses borrow and pushes Brother Garen 1 square away from the worm, causing him to lose 1 stamina point, which he does. Okay, and then if he loses 1 stamina point, he needs to test strength. Okay, strength is 1, so well, it's 3, so we lost this test and we become poisoned. So not only are we weakened, but we also poisoned. Poison, 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 there we are. Beginning of your turn, test your strength. If you succeed, discard this card. If you fail, take 1 damage and keep this condition. Wow. Okay, not a good turn for our Brother Garen. So we need some condition removal. Okay, so alright, so plague worms have activated and they are now exhausted. We have our 3 heroes remaining. 3 heroes who can do something to save us. What can we do? What can we do? I need to show you that our Jurek buddy found the cursed doll during the previous encounter, and for 1 action he can discard 1 condition from himself or an adjacent hero. So I think this is what we're going to do, and since rolling for strength for Brother Garen will be quite challenging, we will exhaust this card, this cursed doll, to cause Brother Garen to get rid of the poisoned condition. That's for 1. That's for 1, and then use 2 stamina points to move 1, 2. Okay, we need to remember about pestilence. Okay, and we will attack our friend here, Master Master Worm. Okay, we will do so with with red dice. Okay, with our hunting javelin, and this is what happens. We attack for 4, and for 1 surge we can use it to cause pierce, so like that. So we attack for 4. Master Plague Worm's health points is 7, so it's only 3 health points left. There we are. Alright, so that was his second action, really. Yeah, that's his second action. So Jurik's turn is done. Now it's either Grissom or Laurel of Bloodwood who can move. Now if I activate Grissom, he will have to suffer the pestilence effect from Master Worm. And Pestilence says that each hero adjacent to this monster at the start of his turn must test the sun. If you fail, you become diseased. And the sun for Grissom is 3. So I don't really want to risk it. I would rather activate Laurel and make her move 1, 2, 3, 4. And try to attack him. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around and shoot this guy with her short bow. Remember that we bought these incendiary arrows that have the blast effect, but I don't think I want to use blast effect because I will hurt myself and Rurik as a result. So can I actually deal 3 damage with a yellow attack dice? Let's try it. That's the second action for Laurel. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we attack for 2. Let's not forget about Laurel's hero ability, which says that if you roll range higher than actually needed, you can boost your damage with 1 extra point of damage. So we actually attack for 3, so 1 goes through, and for this surge we can boost our damage by another point. So it's actually 2 points of damage that go through. It's not enough. 1 health point remains. So I think I'll have to you know what? I could have used the accuracy ability, which says that every time you perform an attack with your bow, you can re-roll 1 power dice, which is the yellow one. Re-roll. Yeah, so let's do it. There you go. So in total, we attack for 4, 5, 6 minus 2 is 4. So this guy is defeated. Okay, well done. Let me put him away. So it wasn't cheating really, because it says when you perform you can re-roll. So you have to roll first, and then by the time you've finished your activation you can still use it. This is the accuracy which I have used. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is spend another 2 stamina points to move 1, 2, 3 stamina points actually. Okay, the third one, leaving the 4th one remaining on her hero dashboard, and she will move closer to both the search token and the beacon so that she can activate either of these or both of them next turn. Okay, so Laurel, let the app know that your turn is finished. So now it's time for Grissom to move in and attack. Or does he really have to move in? Maybe he can just attack Can he attack though? Yeah, he can with his oak staff, which has range, and with a surge attacks for 1. Okay, so let's refresh his stone skin, and let's try and do that. So for his first activation, we attack the minion. Oh, and it's a fail. All right, thanks, Grissom. Useful as always. Okay, second activation. Now that one looks better. Oh no, come on. Come on. Okay, so 3 damage, 4 damage, because for 1 surge, for this surge, you can boost your damage by 1, so it's 4 against 4, so nothing happens. Brother Grissom, end turn. Now it's the villager's turn. So what can we do? I think we will just move 1 away from the plague worm like that, and that's all we can do. The effects: activation of villagers. Each villager may perform 1 move action. Villagers cannot perform other actions. Okay, so he moved. Each villager suffers 1 equal to the number of adjacent monsters. There are no monsters adjacent to him because he moved away. Good, continue. Right, so it's the beginning of the next turn, second turn, and again, maybe we should activate with Brother Daerion again and try to kill that plague worm that's in the water. Maybe you could activate with zombie first and then try to kill it. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So let's swap for a red one. So zombie attacks minion plague worm, and let's see what. Come on, are you serious right now? Wow. Okay, so nothing happens. Nothing happens. Okay, so I'll get out of the water and move closer to this plague worm, hoping that we will find a way to get rid of this one, and then we can start working on the other one. So the zombie has moved. Now it's Brother Daerion's turn. Okay. Let's not forget that he is weakened, so he removes either 1 defense or 1 attack from his rolls. So it's right. Let's use one of his actions to attack. Let me show you. Okay, so he attacks for 2 and a surge, which is just range, so nothing happens. Even if I sacrifice 1 of my health points to boost my damage, then the weakened status will reduce it down anyway. So what I'm going to do instead is to use one of the surges to get 1 stamina point back. So that was his first action, and for the second action, since his attacks are useless, I could either rest and get rid of weakened condition. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I will move for 2 stamina points, 1, 2, and for my second action I will rest, gaining all my stamina points back, which is 4 back on the dashboard, and get rid of the weakened condition, ready for next turn. I haven't done much with Brother Daerion and his zombie. It's now time for plague worms. Each time a hero is moved by Barrow, that hero tests the sun. Each hero who fails is immobilized. Wow, plenty of conditions. So it's minion activation first. For an action, use Barrow on as many heroes as possible. If adjacent to an immobilized hero, perform a move action and retreat, engage the closest hero, or attack a hero. How can I use it on as many heroes as possible? How is that possible? Place it in an empty or occupied spaces up to 3 spaces away. Ah, I know how. Yeah, I know how. I will do it like this. 1, 2, and push these two guys away. So push him back. He loses 1 health point, stamina point, and push you there, and you also lose 1 stamina point. And since I pushed you, you both test the eye. So the eye for Brother Garen is 2, and you fail, so you're immobilized. Immobilized. Okay, there you go. He's immobilized. And for Jurek, his eye is 4, and it's exactly 4, so he's not immobilized, but he was pushed back 1. Okay, so that was his first action. Now the second action is to engage. He's already engaged. If he's available to an immobilized hero, which he is, perform a move action and retreat. Okay, so 1, 2, I have retreated, and that's your health points over there. Okay, so that's the first minion activated, done. Now for the second minion, use as many heroes as possible. So if I were the Overlord though, what I would have done is use Barrow on Laurel and push her away from either of these two, so she can either has to use one of her actions or stamina points to get closer. But since the application tells me to use my Barrow ability on as many heroes as possible, these two guys are my potential targets. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, push these guys back, do it like that. They both lose 1 stamina point each, so 2. Okay, that's that. And now they both test the eye. It's 2 for for Ogre Gristle. Terrible. Look at that, 6. So it's a critical fail. So he's immobilized. Okay, like that. And now for Jurek again, his eye is 4, and we rolled a 3. So since the Plague Worm is adjacent to an immobilized hero, perform a move action and retreat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. All right. Wow. Okay. That's a tough battle. It tells me now to activate the master, which has been defeated, so we just skip that activation. So, all right, Grissom, Jurek, or Laurel, your turn. Okay. How about we try and activate the beacon and see what happens. So I have 2 options. I can either activate it with an action or test either the book or the eye, which is respectively 3 for the book and 4 for the eye for Laurel, who's adjacent to both of these interaction tokens. Or we can try and kill somebody. Okay, so if she succeeds in testing her eye, which is 4, then she can light the beacon without spending an action, and then she will have 2 actions to hopefully shoot that Plague Worm who's blocking the access to the doors and kill it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's test the eye, which is, I need to test the eye, which is for Laurel. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's 3, so we passed. Test the, let's highlight that on the app. Pass. You light the beacon, discard this token, so like that, it's lit. Well done. Okay, so we have 2 actions remaining for Laurel. So one of them, Laurel, we use to shoot this plague worm with her short bow. I don't need to use the arrows because there's no point in doing that. There's a potential to kill it actually. The range is 7 and I need 3, so I can boost my damage by 1. So I shoot it by 3. The worm defends for 1, so 2 damage goes through, killing the plague worm. Well done, Laura. Just like that. One of them is gone. So that was my first action. So shall we risk it and search the chest? Yeah, I think we will. Let's click it. A small trinket of some kind, half covered in mud. Search. You find 4 gold. Discard this token and draw a search card. Okay. So let's make a cut. I don't know. Like that. Oops. And we found Wither Band. I think we found it in one of the first episodes, didn't we? Oh well. That was, as you saw, quite random. So let me show you on camera again what we found. This is the Wither Band. Hopefully you can see it. If not, I'll read it for you. For an action, flip this card over to make a melee attack with this item. Starting with the target space, trace a path of 3 spaces in any direction. All figures on this path are affected by this attack. Attack with your red dice. Of course we found it in First Blood encounter, in the previous one actually. Brother Grissom, no, not Brother Grissom, Ogre Grissom found it, and he used it on 2 of the monsters that we came across, and he failed miserably. But this time it's Laurel's turn. She found it again somewhere in the mud. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let's discard this chest. Continue. Her turn is done. Okay, so it's either Grissom's or Jurik's turn right now. Fantastic. Okay, so they are both all the way in the back. I think that what we should do is what we will do is activate Jurik and move him 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 for the wolf. Yeah. So for 5, use my last stamina point remaining to summon my wolf over here and activate the wolf to move 1, 2 and attack the worm. So like so. The wolf attacks with a yellow, with a red dice. It's not a lucky day today. It's Friday the 13th, so for some it's unlucky. I was born on the 13th, so for me it's quite a good day or number, but for some it's not. So it appears that for Jurik it's not a perfect day to start such an adventure. Alright. Anyways, Jurik's turn is finished, so it's down to Ogre Grissom now. Ogre Grissom, what can you do? You have 3 stamina points left. Does anybody need any healing? No, you don't. No, you don't. So what I can do, I can move for 2 stamina points. 1, 2. Then use my oak staff to attack the worm. And I can do so because the staff has reach. Attack with yellow dice, like so. Oh, come on. It's a fail, right? Second activation. No. No. No chance. Come on. Come on, Grissom. You're not being serious, right? And then I don't even want to say anything. So now it's villager's turn, and it says each villager suffer 1 equal to the number of adjacent monsters. There's no adjacent monsters. Each villager may perform 1 move action. No other action can be performed. So like so. Okay. Continue. Next turn. Come on, guys. We have to kill the worm. Because otherwise, we don't know what's going to happen to us. Okay. Alright, we will start our activation with Brother Garen, and let's not forget that he's immobilized. And it says here that you cannot move or spend stamina points to move, and discard this card at the end of your turn. So basically, well, we can attack twice, and that's that. So let's do just that. First activation, yellow dice, attack. 2, attack for 3. I will sacrifice 1 point of health to boost my damage. So I attack for 4. I will use this surge to get 1 of these stamina points back. So I attack for 4, block with 2 points of damage go through. So his health points is 3, come back, 3. That was his first action. Alright. So for his second action, okay, he blocks 3, I attack for 2. I can't spend the surge because I could extend my range, which I don't have to do, and I could use it to gain 1 stamina point back, which again I don't have to do. So my attack is blocked. So I discard the immobilized condition. I activate my zombie who goes 1, 2, 3 into the water and attacks the worm with red dice. Like that. This one is 2, 3. So these are defeated. 1 damage plus a surge, which is 2. So 1 point of damage remains. Brother Garen and turn. Plague Worm. Barrow places the Plague Worm within 6 spaces instead of 3. Okay, use Barrow on as many heroes as possible. My heroes are scattered right now. So what I could do, it doesn't really matter for these 2 to lose any stamina points because they don't have any. So, okay. So if I were the Overlord, I would probably run away from this group and use Barrow for Laurel, because she has only 1 health point remaining, so therefore she wouldn't have any left. Stamina point, I mean. Or no, what I will do, I will delay the guys and I will push Jurek out of this space away from the doors. So I push him 1 away. He doesn't have any stamina points left, so he loses 1 health point instead. That's the rule. Okay. So that happened. Now, for my second activation, attack the adjacent hero with the least stamina points suffered. Okay, so the only hero adjacent that I can attack either the villager or Jurek. I would attack, if I were the Overlord, I would attack the villager. The villager defends with grey dice. Let's roll it. Okay. Oh, so 3. One is blocked. So 3 goes through together with a surge. The surge could be used for the weakened condition, but since villagers cannot, well, they are immune to all conditions, so therefore we boost it by 1, and I think we kill. No, we don't. It's only 1 health point left. Wow. Okay, so that was the minions activation. Now it asks me to activate masters, which we don't have any left. Right, so it's another turn. Well, it's not, sorry, it's the continuation of the turn. It's the Grissom. I need to kill the worm, because if I don't, the villager will die, because if I recall from previous activations, every time a villager activates, before the villager activates, if he's adjacent to any of the monsters, he suffers 1 damage. So the worm needs to go. So Jurek, you're the closest, and I think we will attack with our skinning knife. So instead of a red dice, let's see what happens. Okay, and then for a surge on this attack, we can add plus 3 damage if your target is wounded, which it is. Wow, okay. 1 damage, look at that. Okay, so 1 damage is absolutely enough to kill it. Okay. Alright, so plague worms. Well, they were quite tough. Let me tally up that we defeated them. There you go, that was the first activation. And I think for the second activation we will rest, gaining all 4 stamina points back, and Jurek didn't have any left. So that's Jurek's activation. Alright. So now it's Grissom, who is immobilized, cannot move, cannot attack, cannot do anything, cannot heal anyone. Well, he cannot heal anyone because I need 2 stamina points, which I only have 1 of. So I will rest, getting rid of the immobilized condition, and I will gain my 4 stamina points back to the maximum of 5. Grissom, end turn, and now it's Laurel's turn. So what she's going to do, she's going to 1, 2, 3 stand there and rest as well, and gain all her used stamina points back, all the way to her maximum of 5. So hopefully I was not wasting too much time. Again, each villager suffers 1 health point equal to number of adjacent monsters. None of them may move 1, so I will move you there because I don't know what happens when I open the doors, which I'm going to do this turn. So who's going to open the doors for us? I think it was going to be Grissom who will open the doors for us, because if we have more monsters inside, then we might use other guys to go in and attack. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So Grissom, 1, 2, 3, first action, second action, open the doors. Let me see. You find the mangled corpse of a villager in front of the door. Obviously someone tried to desperately barricade the door from the inside the cabin. Okay, for an action, open the door. The door opens. Remove the door. Okay, place 7A. Okay. Right, there we go. Do it like this. Let me build it like that. Okay. And so place the door over there. Let's see what happens. Okay, the guard room is a mess. It appears that a table and some chairs have been used to barricade the doors in the desperate effort to keep the horror outside. A man wearing a guard's armor is huddled in the corner of the room. Alright, place the villager token. Okay, we need another villager. Okay, who can act as a villager? show. We have a villager, a crossover from this. They said it was a guy, right? So let's do that. Let's choose somebody who can act as a villager and who can guess where's this miniature from. Just a small competition for you. Alright, so we place him here and he will act as a villager. Alright, I told Leah I'd protect her and now she's dead. He whispers while continuously rocking back and forth. They are all dead now. Okay. Place 1 red objective token on 7A as indicated, which is here. Search token, another chest. Great. I love chests. Setup complete. Save the villagers and light all beacons. Right, so we have 1 villager saved. Grissom. This was his second action. First he moved 3, opened the doors, and turn. Nothing happens. So we need to move in. I think I will move in with Laurel. Yeah, I will move in with Laurel, which is 1, 2, 3. Stand here. This tile is blocked, and I will activate the chest for the second action. Okay, a small bag left on a cupboard. For 1 action searched, you find gold. Discard this token and draw a search card. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's take this pile now. Okay, like so. Okay. Sorry, I just realized that it was somewhat out of camera's point of view. No worries, we've got it fixed now. I don't know, let's take this one. Okay, let's see what it is. Hopefully something useful. It's a master's work tools. Okay, what does it say? I haven't seen that one before. Flip this card over to either search an adjacent search token or to perform an action, open close door action without using an action. No, I could have done with that, you know, just a moment ago. Anyways, that can be quite handy. That was her second action. And actually I moved 1, 2, 3 and she can go 4. So I'll do it like that. Anyway, for the last remaining move action. There we go. So that was Laurel. Let me tell the app that she's done. She's done. Now it's Rurik and Garen. So Garen. Let's go with Garen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's a zombie. Garen is done. That was an easy one. Rurik. Rurik was here, wasn't he? 5 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the wolf. You go for 1. You go for 1. Okay. Yeah. Only 1 move action. Continue. Goblin archers hidden in the surrounding trees shoot arrows at any villagers they can spot. You can hear screams of pain from beyond the gatehouse. You need to get these people into safety off the sturdy walls of the gatehouse. Villagers who are not on 7A or 13A suffer 1 wound. So if the villagers are not inside, suffer 1 wound. So he is shot at. Okay. So he was very close to getting into the guardhouse, but he failed. So let me put just 1. I don't know if it's necessary, but let me put just 1 stamina point here to indicate that 1 villager was killed. All right. Oh, there you go. How many villages have been defeated this round? 1. There you go. I don't have to do that. Oh no. Oh no. It tells me to spawn plague worms again. Oh, I hate you. In the same space actually. So 3 of them. Like that. So let me spawn them. 1 like this, 1 like that, and 1 over here. There you go. Oh no, it says 1 plague worm, not a group. So just 1, okay? Respecting group limits. Okay, so this is the reinforcements. So there you go. And you always start with the muster if the muster is available, which it is. So there you are. So it's the beginning of a new turn. Okay, I think we will stop here. We got into the guardhouse. It was quite an interesting fight in front of the guardhouse with the plague worms. We managed to get rid of them. We got in there. We rescued another villager, but we lost the first one, who was shot by the goblin archers who were hiding in the bushes. So that's it. We'll stop right here for a short break, and we'll see you shortly. See ya.